it's just over.
I mean, let's remember, we went into the fourth quarter with a 31-point lead, right? Philadelphia scored all their points in the back half of the fourth quarter, by the way, not the front half. And Tom Brady's still out there taking snaps. I have to question why that is happening.
So the train of thought is, and I'll give credit to 620 WDA crew. I was on the way over listening to their post-game show, and they were saying that a lot of that is about how they finish this game because they want momentum into the next game. They have to finish really well, right? So what they don't want to happen is you put the backups in too early, and then all of a sudden they start to score a lot on you. Then you got to throw your starters back in, and if it doesn't go well, then it doesn't flow well into the next week. That was, and that comes from one of our old receivers, Clayton, who was giving that analysis. So that was his explanation.
I can see that, but you still have Tristan Wirfs, who is out, Ryan Jensen, who left the game for a few plays, maybe even a drive or two. So that is two pieces off your offensive line who are, like we just talked about, not just Pro Bowlers, but all pros. You're going to risk your 44-year-old quarterback to that kind of pressure. That it's a bit troublesome for me, but it worked out. BA is BA. Left Leftwich is Leftwich. They know more about football than I'll ever forget. But man, that is very disconcerting as a fan sitting there from B-Love's patio watching that.
It could also just be Tom Brady saying, "I'm not coming out."
I mean, listen, I understand the competitive nature there, and I love that about him. But at some point, it just doesn't make sense. When the game is well in hand, and there's been plenty of games this season where Blaine Gabbert got the last two series of a game, or maybe even three series a game. And to me, this was a more dominating performance than a lot of the games that Gabbert got in. And we're in the playoffs. This is, to Chief said it earlier, like this is win or go home.
And they were running the ball quite a bit more in the fourth quarter, to maintain the ball control. So
but twice he went down on 3rd and longs.
Yeah, because
they gave up the run to try to get the first down, and twice he got sacked on those 3rd and longs.
Yeah, right. And so, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm putting that out there. It could cost them one day. Hopefully, it doesn't.
Yeah. And anything else you guys see from the game today you want to talk about before we switch gears a little bit?
I did like how they used Scotty Miller in more of those reverses towards the end of the game. I'd like to see that earlier on. I think that could lead to some success. We see San Francisco doing it with that Deebo Samuel. You see Atlanta doing it with Cordarrelle Patterson. I mean, it is a successful kind of play with the right personnel. It appears that Scotty Miller's got that. He's clearly not getting involved in the passing game, the deep passing game. So why not use him there, especially since you have running backs who are down? I mean, we're down. Our top running backs right now are Giovanni Bernard, who, he's been around for a while, Keyshawn Vaughn, who we can't trust in the passing game at all, and Le'Veon Bell, who was signed off of the street essentially. So
I don't even know that was he. I don't even know that he got any snaps today.
I didn't see him on the field.
I didn't see him.
Yeah. So you're right. Our number one and our number two coming into the season were Leonard Fournette and Rojo. Neither one of them suited up today. We expected to see Fournette today, and we really haven't heard any word on him whether he'll be back next week or not. But I think we saw how important today a full strength defense is. And now we're looking at going into week 2 of the playoffs with possibly Wirfs out. We don't quite yet know the extent of Jensen's injury, and still number 1 and number 2 running backs down. And no Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I say all that, and then I scratch my head and go, well, freaking Tom Brady's Tom Brady, and look at what they did today without all those guys. So
they're getting it done despite all that.